No, Wally's tuckered out.
We should be live.
We should be, but are we?
Well,
Well,
it's better than being
I just got the
unlive.
notification that we are.
Oh, let me get into the chat.
So let's just bring something to my mind real quick here.
Yeah.
If you take the literal definition, aren't we all undead?
Explain.
I mean, literally, yeah.
We are not
dead.
dead. We are the opposite of dead. We are undead.
No.
Don't get philosophical on me right now. You stay in God mode, not philosophy major mode.
Are
They
you
believe they're
trying to
gods, though.
suggest that a god can't philosophy? Yeah, I guess that's kind of cheating.
Yeah, so stop that shit.
So, what do you think it all means? Oh, I don't think, baby. I know. I kind of made
Aristotle.
it. Plato, like Socrates' Socratic method wouldn't work on God. All right. So, hi everyone. Hello. When last we left, I'll give you guys a quick recap, then I'll ask if you guys have any questions for me before we get started. But when last we left, because it has been 2 weeks, you guys had rescued your old friend Levine from goddesshood, and basically watched watched as Thraxis helplessly had to let you leave. And then you traveled back towards Zebron. A little unclear on what your next step was. You had Levine. You had an idea that you wanted to stop Thraxis or change the events that have taken place. Some of you have felt responsible. Some of you just kind of want to kill him. But whatever the case may be, this is something that you guys are looking into. You weren't quite sure how to go about doing it. Obviously, gods are strange and mysterious beings, a bit out of your realm of understanding.
They also seem to be assholes.
Some of them, you got a 50-50 split, I think, at the moment.
We never met the third one.
It's true. And unless you're like, Levine, what a dick. But you traveled back towards Zebron, the 2-week journey, where you had some wonderful sights, a beautiful vision of Anvil Galaxy. You got a little too close to a supernova, which, by the way, did do some superficial damage to your ship. You're going to have to spend a little bit to get it back up into tip-top shape. It's not any damaged systems, but it literally looks like you stuck it in a microwave. Like half of it is just charred, the paint and everything on the right side of the ship.
So who wants to tell Hart?
Yeah. And you found out that the Palladians aren't quite as extinct as you thought they were, though kids working on it.
Oh boy, are they.
Yeah, but we captured like 192.
About 100 of them. Yeah. Yes.
It was around 192.
Exactly, someone wrote it down. Yeah, someone wrote it down. In fact, I think I rolled for it here. Someone rolled for it.
94.
Yeah, you captured 94 of them.
94.
So you have them.
2 of them were given to Lizzie.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then right before you got to Zebron, about an hour or 2 away from Zebron, Cyber 6 told you that Indigo had contacted him and had some information for you regarding the Simmons ordeal, or more specifically, the Golden Orb. At which point she boarded the ship and she let you guys know that she found the location of the Golden Orb, which is in the possession of a mining tycoon by the name of D. And she doesn't know for sure, but given the value of it, it is most likely locked up in the vault inside his headquarters, which is highly secure. And D himself has managed to get himself in trouble with the law and is in a maximum security prison. You are at the moment about 2 hours away from Zebron. And you are basically, that's where you're at. You haven't really decided on next step from there. You just kind of got that information. You do know for a fact that the Golden Orb is no longer in Simmons' possession. Indigo told you that Simmons traded it for a bunch of mining-like vehicles, a fleet of them, but doesn't know much more about it other than that. And there you go. So I am going to pretty much leave the ball in your court at the moment because you guys have a bunch of information, but need to decide on your next step.
Well, we gotta sell these things. We don't want them crawling around our ship all the time. Am I muted again?
No.
No. That seems like a fine idea.
Good.
So we're heading back to
let's do
Zebron?
that. I think we going.
Are we already back?
We were definitely heading towards that
Yeah, we were
direction.
definitely heading to Zebron.
You're about 2 hours away.
Okay.
Let's drop that stuff off.
Yeah. And we can also look into, if we want to, if this mining magnet guy has any connection to the black market and whatnot. Or even have them look into the fact for the next few weeks and go somewhere else. How does that sound?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Does that sound good to you guys?
Oh my god. Get out of here, Asmir.
Now it does.
Start like hitting the microphone. Get away from me, Asmir! All right, so you guys, so step one, head back to Zebron, sell creepy lizard things.
Yes.
Before Kid eats
Also, for the number that Kid and the rest were able to catch, is that like the total number that were on board, or is there still a small infestation?
No. You caught all the ones, that is all the ones that are still alive.
Gotcha.
However, and I did note this, Kid was not necessarily convinced of that. And for the next 2 days, despite having caught all of them, Kid would like randomly like pounce on shadows and light visions in the corner of Kid's eye that thought maybe was one of them.
Hypervigilance 24/7.
I just realized they probably got into our beds.
Just like stalking through the ship.
In the middle of the night, everyone's sleeping, and then
Oh my
Kid,
God.
go to
Oh my
bed.
God, I just had the cutest, creepiest vision of like one of the characters waking up to see Kid ready to pounce like a cat. Just like
Oh my
sitting
God.
there.
Just like on the edge of the bed, they're just like, they're like, stay still. Boom! And they're like,
Oh!
just rolls out of the way.
All right, so so it's not too hard to get back to Zebron. Like I said, it's about a 2-hour journey. Once you head towards Zebron, Xavier kind of hands the controls over to Anna and says that he is not feeling well. He gives a very quick explanation that surmounts to the past few days have been absurd to the point where he doesn't know how to deal with it. You've had tiny Palladians, you've had Lucas walking around with bare hands, you've had Kid eating said Palladians, and he's just kind of, it's not hit him well. So he's going to go lay down. And he does actually look like he has a small, maybe he's caught a bug somehow. So he retires to his room. He leaves the selling of the Palladians in your hands because while he does enjoy the money aspect of it, he is more than happy to let you deal with them. With that, you guys approach Zebron. You request landing as usual and are given permission to land in the regular space port section. Excuse me, section. I think it's section 4. Sorry, I don't have my Zebron notes pulled up at the moment. I can do so. But excuse me, you land in one of the space dock areas where with the impromptu marketplaces with all the armor stalls and weapon stalls before you hit security checkpoints. It's a public terminal, so that actual place is shared by about 4 other ships. You each have your own little landing pad. Anna, go ahead and roll me a piloting check just to be sure.
Nope, not D200.
Nope.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So, despite the exterior damage the hull has taken, the controls are working just fine, And you've noticed this, Anna, now, especially this is your first time kind of landing the ship, but you've been flying it for a little bit, playing around with it. But when you're in space, there's not much to do. You know what I mean? When it's headed from point A to point B, you're pretty much just babysitting it. This is the first time you're really taking manual control of it. This ship, it glides like butter. This ship, it may not look like, okay, it looks like a lot because it looks like a half-burned blue Pegasus, but at first glance, the ship itself doesn't look like all that, but it is incredibly well built, and it flies like a dream that belies its nature. So you land it incredibly easily. There was almost no overcorrection of any kind. You know, usually when you land such a large ship, you get to the general area and then you use the maneuvering thrusters to kind of go this way. Oh, no, a little bit back that way. No, okay. You were able to basically just kind of swoop in, land.
Cool.
And you guys land. So there you go. You turn off the engines, you power down the systems, and lower the cargo bay ramp. What would you guys like to do?
One last lizard runs out to freedom.
No, it has to be a pair of lizards
Oh no!
that somehow escaped Kid's ever persistent eye. And Kid, go ahead and roll me a d20, please. No, I'm a d10.
Oh boy.
Okay. Despite thinking that you had captured all of them 2 days earlier, over the next 2 days until you land on Zebron, you did manage to get 4 more, but you're
Sweet.
pretty sure that's all of them. No. Kid got 4 more, which means you're probably not going to be able to add what's left to your collection. Unless Kid is saving them. Is Kid saving them?
It depends on when they would be catching them.
It would have been random times, and most of the times people weren't actively hunting with you.
Mhm.
So most likely no one was there with you when it happened or paying attention.
You know, since they were making such a big deal out of it, they would probably end up just like, no matter what time it is, they just like wander over to the closest person holding out like clenched fists, just like, here.
All right, and that was the first day. The second day you found none, so you're pretty certain you've got most of them, all of them. And no, 2 don't run off to freedom. Kid's more thorough than that.
If to run off to freedom, we better see Levine just standing there waving goodbye.
No.
I was more thinking that's the next 100 that happens in an airport, or not airport.
Yeah.
Whatever
you guys
this
come
place
back
is.
to Zebron. You guys come back to Zebron, and it's just quiet, just bodies everywhere. The lady.
God.
I would just love it to come back and everyone's just like a lizard person with monocles and top hats.
Oh, that's almost better. My best picture was you come back and literally everyone in Zebron's running around, waving their arms, screaming, covered in tiny lizards, like from every sector, all 30 some odd million people.
Or even worse, they are covered, but they pay them no mind.
What if they were?
It's the new fashion.
No, okay, you know what? That's too. We're going too
Like-
deep, guys.
Like
We're going too deep.
There's a Palladium hanging off of their nose, and they're just going, "Welcome to Zebron."
Captain Shinsey, I think you got something on you. Never mind. All right. No, we're going too deep. So, what are you guys doing?
I guess Lucas will now have to fill in for money bags for the selling.
Yeah,
Other
you
than
do that.
He's kind of looks like a lost puppy.
I don't know. I suppose kids always do their darndest at trading.
Isaac's going to disappear from the group.
Okay.
Oh.
So, here's a question. Does anyone here know where you would even, or have an idea where you would even begin to sell these things?
I would assume zoo, or maybe we could go to the police lady, or maybe the rat lady.
Okay. You do know that there are zoos. In fact, Anna told you that there are many zoos on Zebron. That's one of the main tourist attractions is exotic animals from all over the galaxies.
Do you want me to roll a streetwise?
Sure. I would love for anyone who has it to roll a streetwise, please.
Does not.
Oh boy!
No, she's got
So
it. That's fine.
548.
So, okay, Anna, you know that, excuse me, Two Snaps, one of the things he actually used to have you do was, no, he wouldn't actually have you do it. One of the things you know that Two Snaps dealt in was the selling of animals to the zoos. Not necessarily because it was illegal. It was one of his more front companies. In other words, Two Snaps, like any good mafia owner, has legitimate businesses that cover his income, expenses, and trail. One of his legitimate businesses was the exporting and selling of exotic animals to zoos. And you would know through your work with Two Snaps that such a process is generally only done between companies, meaning freelancers can't just walk up to the zoo and say, here's some animals, you buy them. But you also know, because you rolled incredibly well, that if you were going to sell these, the most likely avenue would be that legitimate business front, because Two Snaps may have died, but his businesses didn't. Bright side.
So we're talking to Finn. That's what I got from that, at least.
Was that I laid on too thick?
To be fair, I'm sitting here going, is that what he means? I'm out of it
Two
today.
Snaps
This
may
is
be
not
dead,
good.
but his businesses aren't. All right, yeah. Basically, and it makes sense. Like, no, you can't just walk up to the zoo with like a rare fox and sell it to them.
I would like to sell you this one fox.
You might be able to get them to rescue it from you, but not sell
Right.
it.
So if you want to sell it, you're probably going to have to go through a legitimate business. And typically speaking, those legitimate businesses acquire the animals themselves. However, you happen to know the owner, so maybe you could talk to them.
Come on, Lucas.
Okay.
Kid, where are you headed?
Kid is heading with them to keep the eyes on the lizards.
Okay. Sarah's also going to come with you just because she's been cooped up in the ship for literally weeks. She has not left the ship since you went to Palladium. She wants to get off the ship. Cyber 6 is
A robot?
gonna actually go with Isaac. And Indigo is actually Indigo is probably gonna stay on the ship because she just got there. Unless there's objections, of course, but she's tired. She's been running around a lot. Levine is going to stay on the ship with Elisa, sorry. She still is not feeling 100%. She's better, Isaac, and you would know this especially since you would be checking up on her.
Mm-hmm.
She is much better over the course of the 2 weeks, but she doesn't feel like up to facing whatever Zebron is at the moment because she's never been here before.
Yeah, then you would recommend her staying if she's never been
Indigo,
here.
Elisa, Levine, and Xavier are all staying on the ship, and Quicksilver, of course, is
Good.
I mean, you could take him if you want. There's nothing against it, but he's not pushing to go or anything.
All right, if he wants to go, he can go.
Yeah, he's been on the ship longer than Sarah has, a lot longer than Sarah has. So yeah, he'd probably enjoy. No, that's not true. He came out for the party.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, he'd be willing to come out.
Yeah, sure.
In
Hang
fact,
out with Hart.
you wouldn't even need transportation.
Mm-hmm.
You could just you wouldn't have to deal with driver Rob or Bob or Fob or Cobb. You could just ride Quicksilver.
Wait, so Isaac and Cyber 6 are both on this horse?
It's a good question. Does Cyber 6 actually ask permission, or does he get on?
Cyber 6 doesn't need to. He has his own transportation. He's lived here for quite some time.
Okay.
Cyber 6 has hang on. do me a favor because it's too forced if I just say it. Could someone roll me a die, please?
Just any of
What
them?
kind?
Any-
120?
Okay. Okay, it'll work for any. Roll me a d20.
Okay,
Please.
I'll roll a
Yeah.
d20. Okay,
Oh,
Kid
good.
rolled a
Kid
d20.
just rolled it. Oh yay. So Kid has, Cyber 6 has a mechanical horse. Of course. What else would he ride? He
Yes!
is a
A donkey?
sombrero poncho wearing robot.
No,
with
but this is
shotgun.
perfect. They can have their own like steampunk western together. It's
Like I
gonna
said,
be
Have a
it
great.
would be
crap
forced
show.
if I just said it, so I did want to leave it up to chance, but blissfully you rolled a 3, and I was just saying under 10 is fine. So it doesn't have the artificial intelligence that Quicksilver does. It doesn't have any fleshy covering or anything like that like Quicksilver does. It looks like Cyber 6. It looks like a mechanical horse. So Cyber 6 would he'd ask to meet you outside of the Corsair District 2.
Yeah.
And then he would come riding up on a similar robotic horse. And he would kind of look... his face doesn't make too many expressions, but he kind of drops his eyes a little bit, and he was like, look, after the experience I had with you guys with the new wardrobe and everything, he points to the sombrero, it just seemed to fit. And I quite like the guy.
Well, yeah. I mean,
He
do you
looks
really
up
think
and
that
he-
I would, like, tease you or something over that?
Well, I just didn't want you to think that I was I am a good bounty hunter. I was a Corsair for over like 20 years, and if I want to have any kind of mount I want, I should be able to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have no problem with this.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
I mean, granted, I didn't buy mine. That this horse belonged to my mom, and is one of the few things in the world that I still have of hers.
My
I'm
mother
kinda
was a
protective of
giant machine.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
His eyes shift a little uncomfortably, and he goes, "Okay, well, shall we go see Hart?"
Yes. Let's.
And you guys begin clopping down the road at like 60 miles an hour.
Yes.
Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and handle that first because that won't take too terribly long.
Mhm.
You guys, you know where Hart's staying, where Hart and Tessa are staying, because Tessa went to go stay with Hart because her apartment was
Wait,
cooler.
I totally lied. Kid would be going to Hart because they need to pick up Lil.
Oh, that's right. Right. Okay, so Kid is going with you guys. Kid's gonna have to ride on someone's horse. Cyber 6 is more than willing to let Kid ride with him. Or
boy.
Isaac. It's
Kid,
up to
do you know how to ride a horse?
No.
Okay, then. Never mind.
It's not a horse, Piph.
Oh my god. So yeah, Kid's gonna be riding very uncomfortably on a cybernetic horse. Oh boy. The whole time they're just like clenching Cyber 6, just like
Like a koala?
just from behind, just like terrified
behind,
out of their
okay.
minds.
I would say that Kid is small enough and the horse is big enough that the only way Kid would be somewhat comfortable would be side saddle, if that makes sense.
That's
So
okay.
both legs on one side. Otherwise, you'd be like doing the splits for you.
That's okay.
All right. So Kid's riding behind Cyber 6 as you guys go charging off in the distance. Kid, with your strength, it's not any trouble holding on despite the lack of proper seat. And you get to Hart's apartment. And it's a few floors up, so you'd have to leave your horses at like a parking lot. where Cyber 6 will just kind of hit a few switches on his horse, and it kind of it gets stationary. And then he'll help Kid off if Kid wants. He'll offer a hand to Kid.
While Cyber 6 is doing that, Isaac is just talking with Quicksilver and setting up Quicksilver's, because Quicksilver has his own holo computer to have him watch movies while
Oh
he's
my
not
god,
there.
that's adorable.
So, I picture like you just set it up on the ground in front of him, or
Yeah, on the ground, or
Okay.
if there's like a pillar or something that's near him.
It's like when owners leave the TV on for their dogs.
Yeah, essentially. And how, I'm sorry, you can't come with us. This is as far as you can go. But I want to see Hart. No, this is as far as you can go. I'm sorry.
yeah, she lives basically in a penthouse at the moment, so not taking horses up that elevator.
Yeah.
So she does live. It's in a very nice apartment building. As I said before, Xavier secured a very nice bonus in that apartment. And you are allowed in, of course, and you go in. You ride up the elevator. The elevator is actually fairly small for the three of you. Cyber 6's sombrero starts kind of like bumping Isaac on the back of the head. He apologizes, takes it off, kind of holds it on his chest. And you get to the top floor, and you ding, and the door is open, and there's about 3 or 4 apartments on the top floor. You know that Hart's is all the way on the end. It's like a corner apartment. And you go up to the door, and there's like a doorbell. You just ring it, I assume.
Of course.
All right, and you hear, come in, it's open.
Oh no. Isaac's going to enter.
You enter, and the light from the hallway shines into a very dark room, and you see the light kind of falls onto a couch where you see Hart laying there, and like instantly she closes her eyes and she goes, shut it off. It's too bright. Oh, just shut it off already.
All right. He's going to ferry everybody in and close the door behind him.
And the door closes, and then you just hear, thank you. That's okay.
Okay. He's going to approach and examine Hart. What the hell's going on?
You can't see. It's dark in there. You're going to have to turn a light switch on or something.
Actually, hold on. Let me double check something real quick.
Doesn't Kid have night vision?
Yes, Kid does. Would you like to know what Kid sees?
Yeah.
The apartment is a wreck. There's clothes and food everywhere. The windows are shuttered to the point of not letting in any sunlight whatsoever. And the kitchen is just full of dirty dishes and the like. It looks like a college dorm room. You see Hart sleeping on the couch on one end. You see Tessa sleeping on the couch on the other end.
Okay. Can I turn on my holo computer and have the light from that?
Sure. I mean, there's a light switch on the wall too, and there's the shutters for the windows as well. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that the lights are just turned off. But you can use your holo computer if you would like.
Kid's automatically gonna start looking for Lil.
All right, Lil is actually in the one clean place of the apartment. It's kind of weird. It's like a 3-foot area where the devastation has not touched. It actually looks like this table has been wiped down and kept clean. It has Hart's contraption, the aquarium-like puzzle contraption, and you can see Frill in it. At the moment, Frill has taken the shape of a it looks like a very long, thin, snake-like creature, and has wrapped itself around many of the wheels.
Yeah, Kid's immediately gonna go over and just kind of like shove their face against the edge, just like, hi.
Frill would shove its face against there in the snake-like form and just stick its tongue out.
Kid will do the same.
So they're doing that. Isaac, what did you want to do?
Okay, so just to make sure they weren't... The light from the hallway wasn't painful, right?
Imagine
sleepy people.
You've partied way too hard, and the next day someone throws open the curtains of the window. So yes, it was painful, but not in the way she's not a vampire. It's not burning her.
All right, I guess I'll turn on the light switch.
You do that, and you hear two sets of just oh my head. As Tessa like kind of stands up really quickly and falls over the couch and like falls onto the ground and just kind of holds her head. And you notice as she falls, you hear the clinking of several empty glass bottles.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They have hangovers.
And Hart's just like, it burns. Why? I thought you liked me, Isaac. And she like covers her face with a pillow.
He's going to dead in pain on both of them. I'll spend the RSP.
I assume that would help with a hangover?
I would think so.
I would think so. It's not going to help the symptoms, but yes, I gotta imagine it would help the... I mean, like, dead in pain's like strong Advil, basically.
You
very strong
you just don't feel pain. You don't feel
it's
pain
like,
anymore.
It's like morphine, yeah.
Essentially, yeah. It's morphine.
So you dead in pain on them, and Hart takes the pillow off her face, and she goes, I feel better. Oh, well. See, Tessa, I told you they weren't as bad as everyone says they are. Hi, Isaac.
Hi. So you were drinking heavily, from what I can see. And he's going to kick over a couple of bottles.
We finished shooting one of a short little series, and to celebrate, I was given a gift, a lot of gifts of those things, and Tessa and I celebrated it. And then you just hear from the other side, please don't tell my sister.
No, it's okay. I'll decide what I want to do later with you.
She actually, and you've never seen her like this, like crawls over to you on her knees. Isaac.
What?
She will kill me. Do not tell my sister. I will do anything. We didn't expect you back so quickly. She'll kill me.
Fine.
Thank you. Then she stands up and walks away. Oh, hungry.
So, Hart, were you able to figure out what was the matter? Did you go to the hospital and all? The parasite.
Oh, was I supposed to do that?
Yes, you were supposed to do that.
Oh,
we were gone for a month.
Right. Well, I forgot. I was busy. Because filming takes a lot of time. I haven't even had time to tinker on anything. Well, that's not true. I did tinker on the shutters to make them darker, and I did mess with the light switch to make them slightly. And the garbage disposal is like 8 times more powerful now. But I mean, like really serious tinkering, I haven't been able to do it all. Now that I have time to go to the doctor.
Do you have a shoot later on today?
No.
All right.
Filming's done for a while.
Get some clothes on. Some appropriate clothes.
She's wearing like they're both wearing like baggy pajama pants and like XXXL t-shirts.
I figured.
That like drawn versions of Hart in that frilly outfit doing the
tea commercial.
No, yeah. I never use this terminology because I don't like to, but I can't think of another word. The kawaii face.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
so she's like, oh, Isaac, I don't want to go. They smell weird, hospitals, and I feel fine.
All right. Just sit there for a bit, and he's going to psychic diagnose again.
Okay. She fidgets a bit while you do it. Same basic information. Nothing's really changed. You can feel that there's something there and that it's magical. It doesn't seem to be affecting her negatively. It doesn't seem to, other than having that one little rash. It doesn't seem to be. She's is a picture of health. I mean, she could use to eat a little better, but she's young enough that her metabolism is, fine. She's a regular, fine, healthy young woman. But you can see that it's there.
Okay. Then he will tell her what he sees and tell her to cut down on the junk food and to get some clothes on.
She sighs and says, fine, fine. She goes off to like one of the bedrooms. Kid.
Yes.
Lil has shape changed now into a tiny little, what they're called pseudo dragons, which is a very tiny like house drake, and is perched on your shoulder with its tail wrapping around your neck, and is currently nuzzling the side of Kid's face. And by the way, this is the first time you've seen Lil shape change like this. Most of the time it's been in Lil's original shape because of the injury. But now, Lil was a snake, now is a house drake.
Seems to be favoring lizards. All right.
That said, it still has the same familiar scent. So you beyond anyone else. To anyone else, it looks like a perfect replica of whatever that Lil is doing, but to you, it smells like Lil.
Okay, important to note. But yes, kids just kind of nuzzling them back and wandering around, just kind of like kicking garbage on the ground, just like, ew.
Squee?
Yes.
This RP has been taking quite a bit, so maybe we should jump back to the other group?
I was just about to suggest such a thing.
Okay.
So, going back to Anna and Lucas, you make your way towards Finmuki. Do you want to know what kind of cab you use? Do you want to just get to Finmuki? It's kind of up to you, the players. Because I've got a list.
We can roll to see what we get. I'm not quite sure if I want to spend too much time on doing the role play of it.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead and just roll me a D8, please. Okay. That is Driver Cobb. Driver Cobb was the very depressing one. So you spend most of the ride over there hearing sad tales of woe is me.
I think Lucas would probably bring out his electric guitar after a while and start doing the usual.
Anna, there is a method behind the madness for all of these drivers, on the sense that there are some people who responded well to this because it made them feel like their lives weren't as bad as that. And it was somehow cathartic for some people. So he would continue to tell the stories of how woe his life is. And even at one point he would say, I once wanted to learn how to play guitar, but I am just a cab driver attached to a cab. And it just keeps on driving. So you make your way to Finmuki's hideout, which is where Two Snaps hideout used to be. And you go to the door, you knock on it. Anna, you know the secret password. Actually, Anna, What is the secret password? What is it that you knock on the door, someone opens a little window, and you have to say something?
Oh, do you want me to think of something clever or the first word that came to my mind? I don't know if you will like the first word that came to my mind.
As
Okay,
long as
why
it's
don't-
not fucknut, we're all good.
It wasn't that.
No. Well, there's no reason why you can't tell us the first thing that came to your mind and then decide later which one you want.
Okay, the first word that came to my mind was butterscotch.
There's nothing wrong with that. Butterscotch. So they let you in. And you see that the place is quite busy. Finmuki has not been idle the past month. And you are ushered over to the back office, which is the same place where you found Two Snaps' body. It's been completely cleaned up. The computers have been replaced, and you see Finmuki there staring at some sort of readout when you come in. And she looks over her shoulder with her good eye and sees you two there, and she goes, "Ah, my saviors. Welcome. How can I help you?"
Do you want to pause? Oh, go Lucas.
Just to be a bit more straightforward than I usually am, just so we can get the best price on this, we're trying to sell exotic lizards.
I see. Where are they from?
Really far away. I'm quite sure it is an unnamed planet on the outskirts of whatever these big swirly star things are.
So you're saying a species that is not currently kept at a zoo here on Zebron?
Best guess, yes.
How big?
He like cups his hands to the particular size. Yay big.
How many?
Oh, around 100.
Share her eye. Oh God, I'm sorry, Finmuki. Her eye widens. And she goes, "That's quite a few. Show them to me."
I'm just going to assume that we brought them.
Yeah, I'm assuming that too.
I assume they would be with you. At least some of them. Probably not all 100 of them, because you couldn't carry that.
I'm also going to assume that Lucas has leftover cat cages from the last time that he brought animals.
Correct. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. From the
I needed to get my silver crosses.
Yes.
from the
So
artiste.
so you could show them to her, and you can tell. I'm sorry, I was a little amiss. When you came in, you saw that she is fairly finely dressed now. She's wearing almost looks like a high quality pantsuit. Like she's wearing dark like black dress slacks, and a white blouse that goes down to her wrists and is a little baggy. Kind of has the fluffy pirate arm type thing going on there. I don't know what you would call it, but she has obviously a place for her tail to kind of swing out. And you'll notice that her eye is covered with a well-made but not ornate leather eye patch that kind of runs around her head. And she'll go with you to take a look at them, and she'll call over one of her people, Anna. This person, you don't remember them by name, but Two Snaps would always consult with them when it came to animals of any kind.
She would just nod respectfully to them.
He would do the same to you. He's a short, almost like a smaller than a person is normally, and wider. But other than that, they look completely human. And he's since spent some time inspecting them, looks them up and down. And he says, "No species I've ever seen before. Could make a deal. The usual." And she nods and she looks back to you and goes, "How much you want for
him?" All right. As player and character, neither of us know anything about selling animals.
Correct.
Especially exotic animals, nor would I even know even a general price range.
Correct. I understand. I'm with you, but I mean,
all right,
you're absolutely right. You know nothing about it, so what do you
do? Lucas says, "All right, I can give you a number, but honestly, we kind of came here to you for general advice. We really are not in the market of selling anything, really."
I see. Real quick before I answer, Isaac, you had a plus symbol?
I have an idea out of character, but I'm not there. Would you like some advice or no?
Oopsie.
I can take it. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to act on it if I feel that my character wouldn't.
I am okay with this.
It might be worth it to mention that they breed and reproduce in batches of 100, but they rarely breed, because that is something that is very important to zoos and that kind of thing. But it's up to you whether to use it or not. It might enhance it, because you're giving them 100, and more than likely half of that is going to be female, half of that is going to be male. Then that's another 100 per. They would have a gigantic stock.
Do they want a gigantic stock?
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's a good question.
I'm gonna guess no. If I know zoos, I'm gonna guess no. So we're gonna leave that out.
Okay.
All right. She looks you up and down. She says, "You want my advice? Sell them to me. I'll find them a good home, and you'll get some clicks for it. That's my advice. I can assure you that the zoos wouldn't take them from you directly. They would have no reason to trust that the animals are
authentic,
legally acquired. Poaching is a problem. Not for my organization, however. We're very good at not looking like we're poachers."
Well, if I'm selling to you and then you're going to distribute to everything else, I do have a bit of information. Isaac got it dug up on them at least.
Oh?
Yeah, looks like these little buggers rarely breed, but when they do it in batches of I don't know, 100-200.
The short, large gentleman next to her goes, so they breed in large clutches. I see. It's not uncommon for lizard types. That's not a problem. There's enough zoos in the galaxy to support it. In fact, we could even make it a spectacle. Imagine how much people would pay for tiny little hundreds of lizard clutches. And Finmuki nods her head. And she goes, "That shouldn't be a problem." She looks at you again. Normally, the businesswoman inside of me would take advantage of your obvious inexperience in this. However,
You wouldn't.
She sighs and goes, "No, I wouldn't. I owe you a lot. So I'll give you a fair price. I could probably get about 7,500 clicks per animal from a zoo. So I could probably offer you... let's just make it even. 5,000 clicks per lizard. No bartering, that's my deal, and I assure you it is more than generous."
It sounds generous. I say that's a deal.
She holds out a hand.
Yeah, he would very eagerly shake and go, "This is a pleasure doing business. I knew I came to the right person. You're very wonderful. Thank you."
Yes, I suppose I am, and you're welcome. So my accountants will take care of the bill. Go ahead and have the rest of them shipped to this address, and I'm sure you know the one. And she'll type something in on datapad and show it to you. And Anna, this is a normal, there's legitimate warehouses and illegitimate warehouses. This is a legitimate one.
Alrighty.
And she'd say, "Would there be anything else, dears?"
Not today.
Well, if you do need anything or are looking for opportunities to earn more money, feel free to stop by anytime. You know the password.
That I do. Good seeing you.
You as well. It's been a pleasure. And with that, she turns around and walks back to the room with all the computers and readouts. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we sold the lizards.
Mm-hmm.
We do have.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
It is a pretty hefty amount, but I would I think he said 5,000 per, right?
Correct. And there's 98 of them, so.
Yeah, 98.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm thinking about this on realistic terms in the sense that
There's 94.
94 and Kid caught 4 more.
Yeah, Kid
Oh,
got
that's
4
right.
more.
Oh shit.
Thinking about it realistically, how much would a zoo pay for a never before seen exotic species? Probably $7,500 at least. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like a fair. And the thing is that we're not talking about 1 or 2 zoos. Zebron has about 8, and the galaxy itself has hundreds of thousands of zoos. So, she's just giving you. She could probably make at
Quite
least
a bit
more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it is a lot of money for a random die roll. However, you as a party went through a lot of effort to acquire them.
No.
We went to specific. Yeah.
I love the fact that we lost like half of our food, but we were able to turn that around. That's great.
I mean, Lucas went down. He even said so. Lucas down.
Yeah. I almost died. I could have clawed my own face off.
So, that completed. You, Anna, and Sarah leave, and Sarah starts calculating. Like she's calculating how much, and she's like, "Lucas, that's almost 500,000 clicks."
I can do math. Yeah. What do you think? Wait. That's like. Yeah, that's like 5 with like. I don't know, 5 or 6 zeros.
She reaches up as is becoming more common. Affectionately pats you on the cheek and says, "Of course it is, Lucas. Of course it is."
Oh hell yeah!
She looks behind Lucas and Anna and just kind of shakes her head.
We didn't even have to pay for them initially.
She nods. Weren't we going to ask her about other things, or did you guys want to hold off on that?
Well, since Moneybags is out, I kind of want to sneak in Candyland.
She like stops whatever she's doing. She's tapping things on the data pad. She's like, I never should have found that.
If you weren't ours, I have my ways.
I don't doubt it. All right, tell you what. I need to go check in at Corsair Academy anyway. Indigo might have a opportunity for me. I'll see if I can't dig up an exact location, and I'll get back with you.
You're the best.
She nods. And she walks away and like not even looking at Lucas, like just says over her shoulder, "You owe me."
I'll be sure to get the biggest lollipop just for you.
and she walks away and calls a cab. And she actually calls one of the nicer, expensive cabs that are driven by a person and has like an enclosed limo, because she's had enough of Cobb. And heads off towards the Corsair Academy. With that, is it okay to move back to Kid and Isaac real quick?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Hart and Tessa are somewhat dressed now. I mean, they're actually in not pajamas. Hart's got her hair done up in her pigtails. Tessa has her hair in just a straight ponytail. And as they crunch around the apartment, trying to avoid half-empty food containers, Hart finally puts her hands on her hip and goes, "All right, so what? Why are we getting dressed? Are we going somewhere? Where are we going?"
Yes! To the hospital. You are.
Isaac, I don't want to go to the hospital. I told you I feel fine.
You may feel fine now, but I'm not going to be here all the time. We're probably going to go gallivanting off somewhere else, probably to this Candyland Lucas keeps talking about. Pretty
What?
soon.
What land?
Candyland.
And she looks at Tessa. I think he said Candyland.
Candyland. Yeah.
Okay, we're going, right? Right? We're going, right? We're coming?
You want to go?
Isaac, you said the words candy and land together. While I have no idea what that means, I am positive I want to be there.
Okay.
Don't you have to do the thing on the box?
She reaches her hands up in the air and says, "Finished yesterday. I am not needed for another month at least."
Okay. So, hold on. If you're coming with us, that means you're going to see the ship and you're going to have to go and sit down on the couch again.
What?
Sit down
Like
on
she
couch.
goes, okay, Hart goes from pleading with Isaac to incredibly excited to very suspicious. What have you done to my ship?
We didn't do anything, but there was a point in time where we kind of flew through a galaxy as it went supernova. So...
What? Hart runs out of the door.
No. He's going to catch her. No.
It shouldn't be too hard, but go ahead and roll as if you're trying to attack her, but you're just trying to grapple her or catch her.
So
shouldn't be too hard for you.
plus, let me look at my character sheets. Strike is
Because
plus
Hart bolts towards the door.
20.
All right. Oh my god!
Her love
determined.
for that ship.
Hart's devotion to the ship gives her power. She jukes you and runs out of the door,
Dang it, Hart!
dashing down the hall.
And he's going to run after her and tell Cyber 6 to close up and get everybody with her. To the
Cyber
ship.
6 is just standing there with his arms crossed with like a mechanical smile on his face, just enjoying the whole scene. So does Isaac take off after Hart?
Yes.
So Cyber 6 will look to Kid with that grin and he'll be like, "You know, if nothing else, I find humans continuously very entertaining."
They're weird.
He nods. I know, and it's great. And he
Tessa
just starts
there
following.
going, "The fuck?"
Yeah, he just starts walking out after them with a casual, no hurry, no nothing. And he stops and turns to Tessa and says, "You coming?" Tessa just shrugs, starts following Cyber 6. Was Kid follow with them?
Yes, Kid follows after with Lil still on their shoulder.
Lil is actually now fallen asleep around your neck in the same form.
But yes, they're actually no, they wouldn't bother bringing the playpen.
Okay. So I imagine like Hart gets to the elevator and the door closes like right when Isaac gets there.
Yup, so he's gonna take the stairs.
One of those classic cartoon races.
No, Isaac's fast and well built. And an Atlantean. Damn OP Atlanteans.
Cheaters.
So I would say by the time the elevator opens up, Isaac would be standing in front of it, panting heavily.
Yep.
Roll me another, because she's gonna try and dart around you again. She is determined to get to her ship.
Oh, jeez.
If it helps any, I know I can get an elevator downstairs. So it is possible. Even if you're not OP.
You managed to catch her quite handily this time. And you have to hoist her up in the air, and she's she's like, Isaac, what did you do to my ship?
We didn't do anything. It's missing some paint. That's all. There's nothing damaged.
What? How do you know? How do you know?
Just don't mention the showers.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
She puts down. She's like, put me down.
No, you need
I
to
won't
calm down.
run, Isaac. Just put me down.
Fine. He's going to put her down.
She takes off again.
Son of a bitch.
You fool!
She rolled a 20.
What are we rolling for?
Same thing. You're trying to grab her again.
Okay. 24.
You do. You're on to this game. She's not fooling you anymore.
Nope.
She tries to dart off. You grab her again, and she's like, Isaac, what if it's damaged? What happened? You said supernova. Do you have any idea how much potential force is in one of those things? It could obliterate the ship.
We were there for a split second. I checked it over. All of the damage control and everything says everything is fine. Just the paint got scraped off a bit. I am more than happy to let you take a look at the ship, but don't freak out.
You see literal tears in her eyes. Isaac, please let me see the ship. Let me see.
I'll take you through this ship. Come on. And he's going to pick her up and then go over to Quicksilver and put her on Quicksilver.
The people in the apartment lobby look at this odd sight of a tall blonde man wearing a trench coat.
Yeah, wearing a trench coat, cowboy hat,
wearing a trench coat.
Every once in a while, when he walks, you hear a chicking, chicking.
He's got the spurs. Nice. Holding, probably like a defeated cat, holding Hart, carrying her through the lobby. Behind him walks a not at any hurried pace whatsoever, a robot with a sombrero and a poncho, a small furry person with a sleeping pseudo dragon around his neck, and the only normal looking one of the bunch, Tessa, walking behind them.
Who, unknown to them, is an ex-mafia member.
Right.
Yeah.
So, everything kind of stops as this procession goes through the hotel lobby. And we can go ahead and say, because obviously Quicksilver can hold at least two people.
Yes.
It would be uncomfortable, but, well, no, actually, Tessa wouldn't be able to take the horse because at those speeds, you could probably hold one person in your lap. The thing is, at those speeds, you could stay on. Kid could stay on because of their strength. Hart, you'd have to hold with you, and Tessa's just... There'd be no safe place for Tessa to be.
There's two horses.
One thing that Kid could do is just sit up front in Cyber 6's lap, and then Tessa can be behind him.
That's okay. That's what would happen.
Yeah.
So you guys head back towards the ship. About the same time, Isaac and Anna and
Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas and
I'm
Anna.
sorry. Lucas and Anna head back to the ship. So we can say you guys arrive around the same time.
I thought there was some sort of time parody that was going to happen.
Time
paradox. Time paradox. Where Isaac and Isaac meet.
Oh, yes. Well, no.
Got it. So we bid driver Cobb.
Yes, driver Cobb.
Adieu. As we then I don't know. Did we arrive first or just at the same time?
I think it's more thematic for it just to happen around the same time.
As you're getting out of the taxi, you see two horses trot up.
Lucas waves heartily.
Thought I had an interesting life, and then I met you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it, girl.
Oh no, I don't.
All right. We're going to get over to you guys, and we are in seeing distance of the ship, correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. Isaac is going to kind of shift to one side so that Hart can see around him and point towards the ship.
She will slide off the horse. She'll slide off Quicksilver, and she'll approach the ship more cautiously, and she'll circle around to the right side, and she'll just kind of gasp. And it does look pretty bad. It looks like the whole right side of the ship has been scorched black, and you see bubbles where the paint bubbled up.
Yeah.
And she gasps at it and then runs inside the ship.
So how did selling those lizards go?
Pretty well.
Okay, we got like, what was you said $500,000, right?
I think it was 5,000 each.
That's nice.
All right, so like, no, it was $500,000, right? Though I was almost positive
total.
Okay, yes. Total $500,000, however the halves work, and then like 5,000 with each of those little dudes. So I don't know how that much is in total, the $500,000 and the 5,000. So I don't. Look, we got a lot of money. It looked big.
Good. Oh, right. Anna, Tess is with us. We went to...
I can see.
Yeah, you can see that. We went to see Hart at her apartment, and she was actually taking care of Hart really well.
Okay.
Tess is standing there nodding.
I just wanted to let you know that, because she told me to let you know that. Right? Yes.
She couldn't tell me this herself.
She gives Isaac this look when he says that last part.
He has the biggest grin on his face. Anyways, Hart probably needs my help, so I'm going to head on to the ship.
Tessa then goes up and she'll hug Anna. And she'll be like, how was the trip? Was it fun?
Interesting. We can use that word, I guess.
Oh, well, that's good. Is the ship okay? Hart seems pretty distraught.
Paint job's the only thing wrong with it that I'm aware of.
Oh.
Look, if anything was wrong with the ship, we would probably be dead. I think it's a big overreaction. Though I would say we should probably fix the side so it looks better.
She nods and she goes, well, if I know anything about Hart, she is very passionate. That's a good word to use. She says, like almost mirroring Anna, what Anna just said a second ago. We can use that word.
So how did the last month go for you?
Oh, it was great. Oh, the room service there is amazing. They cook way better than you do.
Probably.
Shit.
Sure.
I spent most of the time making sure that Hart got up on time and got to her shoots on time. I kind of became her de facto manager, actually. Sweet girl, but very absent-minded. Every time I turn around, she would be not sleeping and working on, like, the garbage disposal. Who does that?
I'm guessing whoever made the garbage disposal originally.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. It's perfectly fine, but she keeps saying that she needs to make things better, and she will lose sleep over it. It's crazy. I mean, she's great, though.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. And what are you hiding from me?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, so I can't have a few drinks. We're just gonna judge me now. She says, like, holding her arms out wide.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. A few drinks.
You thought I'd be upset that you had a few drinks.
What? Like her eyes widen? No, of course not. Why would I think that?
How often have you seen me drunk? I can't judge.
Yeah, she says, like she's like thinking back, and she goes, I've seen you drunk. I kind of thought that's what. Never mind. Look, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. It's
Yes.
fine. We should check on Hart.
Yes.
She says.
Kid just walks past this whole scene, just like, okay.
Cyber 6 is standing there with his arms crossed, watching it. Same grin. Isaac, you would find Hart in the engine room, her hands on the console, her eyes closed, standing there motionless.
Because he knows specifically what she is doing, he's going to not disturb her. But wait until she's done.
There may or may not be a pentagram on the floor.
There is. I don't think anyone cleaned it.
I know, I wouldn't.
She would, after a few seconds, she'd pick her hands up and she'd sigh. And she'd go, all right. Okay. Nothing serious, just some paint. We'll get her back up in tip-top shape.
See?
Oh. Sorry, I maybe overreacted. And she shrugs. By the way, what's that? She points to the pentagram on the floor made from dried whipped cream.
Oh,
Oh.
right, that. Don't worry, that's whipped cream. Lucas decided to summon our chef. We have a chef now.
Oh. Okay. She just nods. So,
with dramatic timing, ACU rounds the corner.
she says, so, and then her eyes go down and sees it, and she goes, my God. Isaac?
Yes.
Who's that?
That's our chef.
Yeah, Isaac, who is she?
It talks. It talks, and...
Is our chef that we had to summon.
But Isaac, who is she?
This is Hart. She's our mechanic.
Okay, she's not the chef, I am.
Yes, you are the chef.
Okay.
She'll squat down, she'll say, hi, I'm Hart. Why is your leg deformed?
He, like, looks down. It looks fine to me. As he then, like, waddles over at a fairly slow pace.
She nods. Does it hurt?
If you're going to say falling from heaven, I'm not interested.
What? No, she points to the leg. The leg. Does it hurt? It looked like it would hurt.
Does your leg hurt?
No.
Then we're at even Steven land.
I mean, it itches a bit. Does your leg itch?
No.
Huh. I guess you're doing better than I am.
You see the little doughboy get like an arm pump.
She nods. She goes, okay. Oh, right. Jumped up.
Yeah.
Candyland?
First, you need to get checked out.
She, like, her face immediately drops.
It should only take a few hours.
Isaac, I really, really hate needles. I've never told you this. I've never told anyone this. Don't make me go.
I just want to know what's wrong.
She looks at you, and I assume your very sincere face.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, fine. And she, like, holds her hands up as if to be cuffed. Kid, sorry, you have a plus sign.
So I realized just now that I was muted when I said this, but when the ACU and Hart were having the conversation about itchy legs, Kid, as they're walking by, goes, my leg itches.
Just walks by.
Yeah, just like on their way
comment.
to their room.
So that happened.
Sorry. Anyway.
So, no, it's fine. It's more than fine. So she like holds her hands up as if to be cuffed.
He's not gonna cuff her, but he's gonna just pick her up because he can.
Right. And Lucas, where are you, by the way?
Let's see. What would Lucas be doing? Lucas would be looking for ACU, so I guess he would be in the engine room.
You get to the engine room to see Lucas walk out of the engine room carrying a very, very deflated Hart.
Oh, so now the time shenanigans happen.
Oh
God, it's me.
Lucas sees Isaac carrying Hart out. Hart, letting herself be carried by Isaac, sees Lucas, and Lucas, she has like, imagine a puppy who knows it's going to the vet. That's the look she has on her face.
See, ACU wanted to go with them to philosophize about fear itself. Lucas wanted to get ACU to go to the store because he doesn't know anything about food, and he does. And now Lucas has a completely different mission to try to cheer up Hart.
Oh, man.
The life of Lucas is complicated.
So I guess ACU and Lucas is coming around.
All right.
That's
So
gonna be
we can just narratively say you guys go to the hospital. There's plenty of them in Zebron.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you're taking your horse.
Yes.
Lucas is going to take his horse.
How fast is your horse, Lucas?
Only slightly slower than his horse. Like it is
Right.
like one rank away, basically.
Yeah, so instead of having a top speed of 110, it's like 90.
What was it? Applepalooza, wasn't it?
Yes, his name is Applepalooza.
And it's more of a donkey than a horse.
It is like a tiny show pony.
Oh, yeah. How does a tiny show pony move at 90 miles an hour?
Because it's a freaking robot.
Yeah, it's a robot.
I just can't, like, I can imagine a horse striding, like the gallop, and that gives me the image of Swift. I don't look at a show pony in any way, shape, or form and think Swift. But yes. So you guys head to a hospital. It takes several hours. You sit in the emergency room.
So what happens there, unless you guys want to roleplay this, is Lucas is trying to cheer her up. ACU is trying to understand and have a conversation about fear and how it may consume one's mind. And they're constantly battling at odds to, like, basically shut each other up.
That's wow.
Oh boy.
All right. Question, real quick. We don't have to roleplay it, but how is Lucas attempting to cheer Hart up?
I think maybe a third through the conversations, he probably would bring up Candyland.
That would do it. When you mention Candyland, she would get excited too. And she would start talking about what she assumes it to be, which is quite literally a land where the buildings are made of candy.
I can only hope. I was thinking of maybe, like, the demons would rise up from, I don't know, like, spicy, like, hard candies. And, like, angel food cake would come down from heaven. I don't know what candy heaven would be. Just more candy, I would assume. Lots of cotton candy as their clouds.
So at that point, I mean, Hart's much happier when she's talking about that, to the point where she just starts ignoring ACU. ACU's philosophy was getting to her at first. As he does. So she started ignoring it. Eventually, like I said, it's about a 3-hour wait. Eventually, a doctor examines her. And I'll just let you know with the alchemist. It takes another 2 hours of testing, because this is not a usual thing. And they have to take her to a special clinic. Mm-hmm. They find that Hart has inside her before I say anything. Yes, kid.
No, keep going.
Okay. Has inside of her what they diagnosed as some form of tracking parasite. This is a magical entity that is alive and that it does use the body for nourishment, but unlike a true parasite, it doesn't damage the body in any way. It simply sustains itself off of the body and emits a small magical scent. Where it's from, who put it there, obviously these are not things that they can tell at the hospital. They can tell you it is a method of finding someone, a very powerful method. Yes, kid, with I think that's 16 pluses.
Oh boy. Okay. So, first of all, how much is kid's leg itching right now?
About the same as always is. It's got a rash on it.
Okay. Also, would they be showing a picture of what the parasite looks like?
No.
The kid would ask about it.
The doctor would say, well, it's very small. And he'd pull up a screen with an X-ray. And all you see is Hart's leg. And on the shin bone, there's a small little bump. It's that's it right there. I don't really have much of a description for you. It's very small, and it's not removable through normal means. It is magical, after all. These things are very rare. I had to ask the Corsairs about them. They are used from time to time. They are considered illegal. So I don't know how your friend picked one up. It is possible to remove it. But there's 2 things you should know. First, the magical signal can only be tracked by whoever has the parent host. So the parent of this parasite is the only one that can find it. And the second thing to note is that the surgery has a chance of failure. It's not dangerous to the patient, mind you, but this is a magical creature, and normal means do not work. We would have to use magical means, and there's a chance that it will not be successful. This is a very, very nasty thing that your friend has picked up. And I don't know where she got it. I would have no way of knowing that. I can't tell you where she got it or how long it's been there or anything of that nature.
As kids still scratching their leg.
All right.
Just like,
So it's something that has to be removed by magical beings, essentially.
Correct. And we have those skilled in doing so, but it is not an easy surgery.
I think we'll hold off for now because it just tracks you, correct?
Correct. And only to the person who holds the parent.
Okay. Well, thank you. Now that we know that, we can go about our business.
I can, of course, give you something to alleviate the rash and the symptoms. And he pauses for a second, and he says, it's very expensive, but there is a compound that would reduce the effects of it, mess with the magic. I'm sorry, I myself am not a magic user. I don't know what the proper word would be, but if you were to put it in terms of this being a signal, it would mute the signal, make it harder to track. It would not get rid of the parasite, but it is, I'm assured, fairly effective and also very expensive.
I see.
So you're telling me that it would reduce or almost eliminate all PP?
I'm sorry, no, it wouldn't have any effect whatsoever on your bladder or urine functions. No, it would simply reduce the magical energy of the parasite itself so that it gives off a much weaker signal. I'm sorry, I know I should
Look,
sound...
I'm a magic user. The term is PP, power points.
Okay. So if we use your friend's terminology, it would reduce the amount of power points the parasite has on which to transmit its scent.
I see. How much would this be?
One dose lasts for a week, and it is 150,000 credits per dose, or clicks per dose. It's a very rare, powerful drug.
Squee.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to roll because it's really bugging me. Because
Sure.
I think I'm fairly certain that I've connected some dots, but I don't know if Kid would connect the same dots. So I would like to roll, like, I don't know if it would be like a wisdom check or some shit.
Okay. Roll a D100. What's your IQ?
24.
Yeah. Roll a D100, please. Yeah, it's far smarter than you give them credit for. They picked up on it like it was nothing. They very much picked up on the same clues you did.
Oh, okay.
Kids got an IQ of 24. They're able to piece it together.
Kid is going to go up to the doctor and go test me.
Test me! Test me, doctor!
Well, I was about to say it can be transmitted. Perhaps that is a good idea. Right this way. And he would give you a test. It takes about another 30 minutes, and shock of shocks, Kid's X-ray shows a small little bump on her shin bone.
Lucas starts scratching his leg.
Oh, God. Kid just squints at the X-ray and starts growling.
So it would seem that either, well, one of you two must have unwittingly transmitted an egg to the other through some form of contact.
Kid squints at Hart, flashbacks to the first time they met.
Hart looks at Kid and shrugs.
Finally, Kid looks over at everyone else and goes, "It was that stupid, ugly thing in the market."
Oh. Oh, okay.
There was a lot of ugly things in that market.
The thing with the whip.
Back on center.
Oh, that guy. Interesting.
Okay. Alright, so we don't have to worry about that in this time. At the very least. But if we go back to that time, then we probably have to worry about it.
I mean, he's dead, but...
True.
Lucas then just like his eyes like snaps to the doctor to see exactly how he's taking all this.
The doctor is just staring at ACU.
Oh my god.
He doesn't seem to be hearing what you're saying. He's just looking at the tiny little dough golem that has been there the whole time, but the doctor's been too busy to actually notice.
ACU then pipes up, "So how do you feel about patients that are at the end of their life and would like to die?"
Oh my god.
We're gonna be leaving now. Thank you very much.
What the fuck?
Right. Look, if you see the receptionist on the way out, she'll give you the bill for the exams. Do any of the rest of you want to be examined, just in case? It looks like it's past the point of contagion for both of them, but there's no way to tell unless you get tested if you've been infected as well. Have any of you had any rashes or itching of any kind?
I mean, just when you're talking about itching legs and things being in legs and parasites, my legs started acting up. Is that okay, Doc? Should I get I'm going to get tested. I'm going to be back.
Oh my god.
Well, no, you can take, sir. Tested right here, sir.
Okay.
I can test all of you. It wouldn't take very long.
Sure.
How long did he say the procedure would take for the magical removal?
Well, it could be done pretty much immediately, but it's the I mean, they have someone there that's skilled enough to do it.
Kid wants it out.
Okay.
Okay.
So while they try and get that put together, the doctor tests Lucas. Isaac, do you want to get tested? Anna, do you want to get tested?
Sure, I will.
I wasn't thinking Anna was there.
Oh, well then, never mind. All right, so Lucas and Isaac, you're both tested, and no such parasite is found.
Thank goodness.
Sweet.
And they call forth the doctor with the magical skills for the parasite. Kid, you are put under, and roll me a D100, please. Not bad at all. After an hour and a half, the doctor, who doesn't look like a doctor in the traditional sense at all, he's actually wearing quite gaudy robes, and his form of surgery is for a kid to be put unconscious and to sit there cross-legged, chanting. After about an hour and a half, draws his hands over Kid's leg and pulls his hand up, and from the skin is torn a very tiny, it looks like a black leech. It's drawn into his hand, and he closes his hand, and there's smoke that comes from it. And then he just kind of sighs and goes, "It was a success."
All right. Hart?
Hart's like,
We don't have to, if you don't want to. But now that you've seen the procedure...
Right, there's no needles. That's good. Who's using this again to track?
Well, there was a guy in a store that had a whip and he just had one of those things laying around. It looks like he was probably just selling it, like the rest of the stuff in his store. So, owner is could still be him, probably.
I see. And do you think there's a chance that he's going to try and come after me?
Oh,
Not in
him?
this
No, he
timeline.
dead.
Not in this
Oh.
timeline.
Oh yeah, he was like
500 years ago.
500 years ago.
But if we want to go back to that other timeline, somebody could find the whip, and somebody could potentially track us through you. But
Well,
we don't have to do this now. We don't even have to do this if you don't want to.
I mean, it looks pretty scary. Give me a second.
Is Kid awake, or are they
Kid's
still
awake
under?
at this time. Yeah, Kid's awake at this time.
Kid's gonna pipe up and say, "You should get it out." Even if that thing is dead, then there can be others. There were some angry people coming into the shop.
She looks at Kid for a long time, and she says, "All right, but okay, I'll do it if you stay with me when it's done."
Sure.
Is who?
She's talking to Kid. Yeah.
Oh. Kid frowns for a moment and then goes, "Fine."
And you let me brush your hair afterwards. Okay, we're doing this.
Kid's just like, what?
I don't want to roll this. Someone roll me a D100, please.
I'll do it.
Oh, come on,
Let's see.
Lucas.
R -R. Sorry, 1B1 0 0 and
0.
Enter.
Wow.
Yo!
It takes him about 45 minutes. The doctor does the same thing to Hart's leg, draws the hand up, pulls out a black, disgusting-looking leech, crushes it with and incinerates it within his hand, and he says, "This one's obviously younger, less formed. I think that it must have been given to her from you, but it's gone now. She'll be fine."
I don't know where my character is in this.
You all would be allowed in the room, unlike a regular surgery.
Behind the glass, like in the upper floors.
See, here's the thing. Unlike regular surgery, where they're all worried about cleanliness and concentration and all that stuff, this guy is a magic user that just falls into a trance, so he doesn't mind other people being in the room. So you could all just be sitting there in the room.
If I know one thing about magic, distracting the person is not the best thing. So Lucas is not there because he would have been way too tempted to mess with them.
I understand. And I should mention at the time when Hart goes under, she's grasping. Unless you guys say not to or would have a disagreement, I can't think of words right now. Unless you guys wouldn't let it happen, she would be grasping Isaac's hand in one hand and Kid's hand in the other.
Kid's just standing there, their arm outstretched as far as they possibly can, just like.
But other than that, the surgery is a success. Both of them. So the parasites are gone. You guys make your way to the reception desk. You get a bill for 350,000 clicks.
All right.
Oh, we literally just made that money.
Welcome to Medicare.
Is that as big as the other one?
All right.
The other one was pretty big too.
I just took it out of the reserved group funds, so no muss, no fuss, because it affects the entire group. I'm pretty sure that everybody is completely okay with not being tracked by potentially malevolent beings.
Yeah, I think that's a group thing. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
when you word
they're
it
with
that
us.
way.
Yes.
Well, you're very convincing. So, that done.
We can always say Anna was just dealing with shipping out the lizard people.
Sure. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So, hey, you guys made a net profit of 100,000.
And we got more money in our
140.
personal pockets.
Yeah. So, with that, I believe your characters need to have a conversation. Hart would say on the way back to the ship, she would ask to get ice cream.
Oh, absolutely. Ice cream.
Better bring Anna
whatever
some.
ice cream.
Yeah, you guys get ice cream.
Oh, Lucas is gonna bring everyone everything, and he's probably also gonna go like, "ACU, I almost forgot. We gotta get food for the ship. You don't really know food so good. You're gonna have to get some. You're gonna have to point. I'll get them. We should do that, and also get ice cream."
All right. Spend about 300 credits for the food because ACU gets the good stuff.
Nice.
I'll
do that personal ones.
Okay. You guys get back to the ship. You share the ice cream. We can say this next conversation, unless you guys have anything you want to do beforehand, we can say that the party gathers on the ship, say in the Starluck Lounge or somewhere of that nature to discuss your next step. And during this conversation, without a word, Hart comes up behind Kid with a hairbrush and tells Kid to sit down.
Oh no. Kid just like turns and stares at her for like a solid 30 seconds.
Hart says, "You promised."
You've just got like it's like that kid mentality of if I can stare it down. I feel like this staring.
Hart slowly starts brushing Kid. Like almost timidly. Because Kid's not moving. Kid's not saying no. Gotta start.
Oh. Kid just like shrinks slowly into themselves and squints their eyes shut. Just like,
and I'll just say that takes place while you guys discuss your next step. I'm just gonna throw it over to you peeps.
Hey, so we're going to like Candyland? Okay, that was a good conversation.
Oh shit, he agrees. I thought I was going to be the only one that had to sneak in, like, go with Anna and be like, look, you're going to have to redirect the entire crew into these coordinates that I don't have yet. I still need to talk to Sarah about that. Well, it looks like more people than myself is on board with this. This is nice.
So you can call Sarah on the radio, and she'll come in. She'll be like, "Yes?
Checking in on progress. Is Candyland a go?"
Just a moment." And she'll hang up, and then Isaac, your buzzer rings.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac, you're not seriously going to Candyland, are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yes, we are.
All right. Nope, just wanted to be sure.
No, listen. I don't mind going, but Hart's in it. Lucas is bonkers about it. I'm pretty sure that, Anna's sister, I can't remember her name right now, as he looks straight at her with her big, huge grin on his face, is really into it. Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Okay, just wanted to be sure, and the radio clicks off. And Lucas, you get a call on your radio.
Hold on, I'm getting a call. Hello?
Lucas, dear, I got it for you. It's, you're gonna love this. It's in another dimension, which means
hell yeah.
You're gonna have to use the temporal gate.
Good.
I can get you clearance. However, I'm not going with you.
What?
I am going to be taking my operator certification test.
Oh, that makes sense. School and stuff.
Right, but if I pass, then I'll have an official operator license. And while I don't plan on being an official operator, it will give me access to their database so that I can act as one for you guys when you need it. So I'm very sorry. I am just going to have to pass on this, what I'm sure will be an amazing adventure.
You are going to miss out.
I will somehow survive. Have fun,
Lucas scratches his leg.
And then she clicks. And you're given coordinates, or not so much coordinates, but you are given clearance to use the temporal gate to go to specified coordinates. Levine, I'm assuming, Isaac, you would check on her at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Levine and Elisa, Levine and Elisa, they're about the same. It's only been like a few hours. You've only been on Zebron a few hours. So they're about the same. But if you inform her of Candyland, Levine says that she thinks it's a fine idea, but for now she's probably going to stay on the ship and recover.
Sounds fine.
So, is there anything you guys would like to do before you head off to the literal Candyland?
Lucas would like to. He hasn't actually talked with the priest lady here in a while. He's gonna see how she feels about Candyland.
Elisa?
Yeah.
Elisa would say, so if I understand correctly, it's a planet that used to make candy, but is now not used anymore. If that's the case, I can't understand the appeal in going there.
Lucas nods to himself and leaves without a word.
Okay, have that conversation.
She's a dead cause.
Anything else anyone would like to do before you head out? I mean, I'm kind of moving things forward, but if there's anything else anyone wants, let me know.
Apparently getting Tessa's stuff for the ship.
Oh shit, bags. I need bags.
Because if Hart's going, Tessa's going.
Yeah.
By the way, you've noticed this, and you were noticing it before, but after in the month that you've been gone, those two are thick as thieves now.
Good.
It makes sense. They're about the same age. They have nothing in common. Absolutely nothing in common. Except that maybe they like to drink. Who knows? Yeah, so you would have time to grab clothes.
Do laundry.
Yeah, you guys could leave that night. You could rest, etc. There's no need to leave that moment. We can say you guys leave the next day. You get clothes, you do laundry, you get some rest, and then the next morning, relatively, you're on Zebron. You guys could head out to Candyland. So here's a good question: is there anything anyone wants to do on Zebron before you go? Any supplies you want to get? Anything of that nature?
Bags.
What kind of bags?
Ones that can carry a lot of candy.
Those are not hard to find. Are we talking grocery bags or duffel bags?
Like trash bags.
Oh, well, those are very easy to find. 25 credits. Clicks. 25 clicks.
Okay. Anything else that I can think of for particular candy excellence? What do you guys think? We're going to one of the freaking just candy-lasting places, and we might even come back and go into a time thing and go back to when it was all new and not all deserted. Just in case it's not candy enough for us.
Oh,
what do you think?
I think I just need to get a gun. I'm just kidding. I'm fine.
Because that's the thing Isaac doesn't have.
I have over 30.
I mean, we got
Yeah,
trash
you need
bags.
more.
Yes, I
If we
need.
find any guns, we can put it in the trash bag.
Oh God.
I have an idea. I'm just trying to find the link. See the price first. I think I'm close to when we were doing that. There it is.
I'm personally fine.
Okay.
Do we want to, before we head out, repaint the side of the ship? That will probably take a few days. But we can just narratively say, hey, we do this while we're getting supplies and all that.
True.
And we're getting clearance and whatever.
You guys could do that. It's only going to cost you 2,000 clicks to get it repainted. I mean, it's just paint.
Yeah.
Space paint. And there's plenty
MDC
of
paint.
there's plenty of artisans that would do it. Hart would not do it herself, but much like last time, direct it unless anyone steps in. I mean, technically, guys, it is your ship. But unless anyone steps in, Hart's going to be directing them to paint it just like it was.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. So yeah, it takes 2 days. It's not too bad. To repaint the ship so that it looks like a white-winged blue unicorn Pegasus again. And that's it. So Anna or Kid, anything you guys need? I can also point out narratively, Kid, that during the 2 days, Lil takes on several forms, but you notice that Lil seems to really enjoy dragon-like forms, reptilian, snaky, dragon-like, more than almost any other kind of creature, and it loves being on your shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
Kid is the mother of dragons. I love it. Kid wouldn't really be doing all that much, I don't think, aside from what they usually do. So just kind of running around, playing with junk in their room, ransacking the kitchen when it's finally restocked.
Looking marvelously brushed.
Yeah.
Within the kitchen, you'd just pretty much see ACU almost constantly cooking. Everything that he got is going to be slow cooked for the most part, so there's always something going on in the kitchen.
Yeah, and I'll point out, because over the 2 days you guys would have to eat.
Mm-hmm.
ACU is not a chef. He is an artist. The food is delicious. Kind of his purpose in life.
So if Kid just kind of sniffed it and went,
I don't know. How would ACU react to negative criticism of his food?
He would actually ask about it. Not in any particular, like, I can't believe, but it's more of like so what would you actually prefer in these particular? Like, he's actually curious and would like to know more.
that would be an interesting interaction, because Kid doesn't really have the vocabulary to be like, it has too much salt. It's just like, it tastes weird.
I'll try a few different things with you. You seem to not have the best time with my cooking. Everyone else is. You are a different creature, maybe more of a meat diet, maybe a bit on the more rare side. I'll think of something.
Yeah.
But do keep telling me what you do and do not like. I am very curious. As he then looks you up and down.
They're both just sizing each other up. Just what the hell?
He's tiny.
He's very small.
He's like half a foot to foot tall.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Anna, you're buying toothbrush and toothpaste, like the good stuff. So
Okay, that's actually, I was joking there. That's not what I'm thinking of right now.
All right, so not like Precision Pro with the Mass Effect fields that break up the gum and that plaque and massage the gums for 6,000 clicks.
No.
Okay.
Don't you be bringing those Mass Effect references in here?
Oh, that's what that is. I'm like, how did you memorize a commercial?
I'm a nerd. That's what we do.
Okay, so
what would Anna be doing?
that bank, like those clothing options at the bank, the like MDC armor, that could be like a jacket, or is it like a full body armor?
The SDC armor could be like a jacket. The MDC armor is like a fully enclosed mega damage material body armor designed how you would like. But,
SDC still works for what I want to do.
Yeah. So basically, SDC could be like normal clothing. It'd be indistinguishable with the exception of like some security scans and like, but most security scans wouldn't pick it up. The MDC armor is still armor. It's just armor designed to look how you would want it.
Okay, then that's the SDC armor idea. So she's gonna have 2 jackets made.
Mm-hmm.
One for Tessa, and that I have a picture. I'll put it in the Discord in a second. And another one for Kid that looks exactly like the jacket she just gave her like a couple days ago.
Oh, right. I remember that. The red one, right? The Thriller jacket.
Kid gets their own jacket. Yeah, we're slowly working on their wardrobe.
Mark off the appropriate credits for it.
Okay.
I can look it up if you need to know.
I have it in front of me.
Okay, good.
Burn, would you get toothbrushes and toothpaste?
I already have a bunch.
Like 30.
Oh.
Like
then we're set.
I think a few pairs, because I made sure to keep camping supplies.
Oddly enough, in this world, usually when you buy a gun, you get a free toothbrush with it. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. So most people on the ship have their sundries.
I know Lucas wouldn't be buying extras or anything else to prepare other than just bags to bring things back with.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, correction, Squee. Kid, the only toiletries Kid has is the enormous amount of shampoos that Hart bought for them.
That's true. And them claws. Oh my gosh.
She hasn't seen the showers yet.
No, she hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
She would at some point during the 2 days.
No. Hold on. Because Isaac would remember this a day into the repairs on the paint, and then he will try and start fixing it himself. So she might stumble upon him trying to fix it.
All right, roll me. I think that would be like an armor check. Engineer, something of that nature.
Either that or general mechanical engineer.
Yeah, do the general mechanics. Because, I mean, you're not a shipbuilder, but all you're doing is repairing an MDC panel.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be too hard for you.
Oh my god.
Oh, the sweet spot.
The hole just keeps getting bigger.
I have the perfect way to... So she stumbles upon him starting to cut the pieces in order to reshape it. So she thinks that he's cutting a hole in the ship.
Well, no, it's not. Here's the thing, though. It's not just a hole. It's a hole with a large 3-foot gash of 2 claws going down the left side.
No. He was cutting through them.
Oh, so she thinks, good God, you're making a wider hole?
That's what she thinks.
So no, here's the deal, though. This isn't so much a Hart finding you roll. This is a could you repair it roll.
Oh.
And you can.
Not.
It's not like you can't. No, well, it's not like you can't repair it. But that gash, that 2-claw gash, is at such a weird angle that in order to repair this, you're going to have to replace that wall. You could patch it up, but it would literally be welding mega damage onto it. Basically, if it was just a hole, you could probably solder something into it and make it look good and paint over it or whatnot. But this is a hole attached to a very large gash. you're going to really repair it, you're going to have to replace the wall. The only thing you could really do at this time is like take panels of mega damage and like solder it to the wall.
Then I guess he's
gonna
just
be pissed.
I guess he's just gonna have to ask advice from our resident mechanic.
She's just gonna be like, what? Why?
It was an accident. It wasn't me. We have a new hole in our wall. I don't know how to fix it.
She examines the scrape marks, and she goes, who did this?
You see these two big, huge gashes that I can't understand how to, Whoa. What was that?
Yeah.
I heard a dun dun dun.
It's probably someone's doorbell. Someone's at the front door of the ship.
All right, anyways.
Don't worry, it's just a traveling salesman. I know. She goes, oh.
Yeah. I was exercising and practicing my close combat, and it decided to try it out on the wall.
So you're telling me the kid was punching the wall?
Yeah. I think one or two, and it went straight through.
Isaac?
Mm-hmm.
I think there may be something wrong with me. I think that's absolutely adorable. I mean, I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, but I'm just picturing it. And it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Right?
All right, well, we won't be able to repair it like this. We'll have to get it replaced, and that would take time. So maybe when we get back?
Sure, we can just
I can't
patch it
even
over for now.
I can't even be mad. I can't. I'm trying.
Right? I'm just impressed.
And by the way, kid, the next time you walk past Hart, you just see her looking at you with like her eyes shining.
Oh, this is different.
Just the image of little kid punching holes through the wall.
Oh my god.
All right. So yeah, you can, with your skill, certainly, you can just weld a mega damage panel to it.
Yeah.
And it'll look ugly as heck. The color won't match and all that, but it'll work.
It'll provide privacy to the showers.
Correct.
Good.
Anything else before you guys head out?
I think I'm good.
Other than maybe giving the jackets?
Oh, sure, absolutely. So what's the jacket for Tessa look like?
I threw it into Discord.
What? And
Unfortunately, it's not a
see...
Google image. It's actually a website trying to sell it, but I didn't want to try finding out Google images.
Makes sense. Oh, the green one?
Black. It's the black color, but that same design.
The one at the bottom.
I see. Oh, that's cool. With the little lace on the bottom.
Yeah,
That's freaking cute.
I know. It came up in like the selling section. I'm like, okay, I like that jacket. I don't need to look.
So it is. I'm keeping track of Tessa's stats and all that, so I will mark it down. Here's a question: did you get her just the jacket, or did you get her like a whole outfit that goes with the jacket?
Just the jacket.
Okay, so because that matters on how much protection it gives. Okay.
Yeah, the I considered the chest and arms one.
Yeah, exactly, correct. She hugs you, thanks you very much for it. Says it looks wonderful, and if nothing else, you have great fashion sense.
Well, if you're going to be coming with us, I'd rather have some protection.
Well, do you think it's going to be dangerous? We're just going to like an amusement park,
Well,
from
in
what I heard.
general,
Like a big amusement park, right?
I hope so. But
That's what
I
Lucas
have-
said.
well, regardless, I have my jacket now. You have a similar idea.
Well,
It's
I
actually
love
better
it. Thank
than my
you.
jacket.
I love it.
Good.
And then you give Kid the red one.
Yes. One thing I realized afterwards that I should probably include in Kid's one, she's gonna have a lot of pockets on the inside. Because I figure Kid will like that.
Oh my god, yes!
Encouraging the klepto.
Yes! And also, they have no pockets on their person, ever. Which makes carrying things very difficult.
What? You didn't have kangaroo DNA installed?
No, sadly.
Well, now you have a jacket that actually fits you and has pockets on the inside, and I get my jacket back.
Oh my god. Kid would like hold it out from them and like examine it, and then they would just immediately put it on.
Anna's gonna quickly take back her original jacket before Kid can stash it somewhere.
That's a good idea.
Lucas like rounds the corner, seeing like a jacket's up. Whoa! Hold on there! Don't touch that. Lucas like goes over and like slaps the back of Anna's hand.
What?
Okay, so there was like bugs on that little one over there. May want to check that before you actually touch it.
Bugs?
I don't know, some sort of magically. It's a magic tracking bug. Just don't touch. Actual bug, not like one of those little robot bugs that Miss Spunk does.
Okay, I'll check the jacket. She picks it up, like
Nope, stop that.
she's like holding it away, like barely, not like throwing it away, like kind of just picking up in general, but like pinching it, I guess, kind of picking up. I don't know.
Just shaking his head. I don't think you understand. Anyway,
I can't just leave it on the ground.
Look, you just want me to check it for magic bugs or not?
Fine.
Lucas casts sense magic.
You don't sense anything on it.
Well, it's either really good hiding or there's none on there.
Thank you, Lucas.
No problem, as he then spins around and leaves.
And so with that, the group gets clearance to leave and head out on a grand adventure, maybe. We'll see. You guys head up out of Zebron and start heading towards the black hole. Trying to think. You've never actually used the temporal gate from this side before. This is going to be your first time using it from Zebron.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And is Anna driving or is Savior? Because if it's Anna, she's never done it.
and it would be Anna. You'd be driving. Roll me a piloting check, please.
Hey, do we know how to get back?
Yes. Anna, you would have been told this. Sarah would have given you the information. Your AAG will maintain a constant contact and with Sarah, and you just tell Sarah to open up a gate to come back home.
Okay.
Or technically to schedule a window for you to open up a gate to come back home, but for you that's pretty much instantaneous because she'll just make it open up whenever you call, if that makes sense. Time, it's weird.
I don't like time travel, but I get it.
Yeah. So
That's successful by 50.
okay. Yeah. So you begin to fly towards the black eye of Zebron. The unnerving thing about using the temporal gate is that you have to, it's at the center of the nexus where all the ley lines connect. And the ley lines are directly at the event horizon of the black hole, meaning well beyond the limit of your ship's ability to turn around and pull back out. And while it's never really been known to happen except on very, very rare occasions, there's always that small fear that if you somehow miss the temporal gate, you fall into the black hole itself.
Right.
But with computer guidance, the system is mostly automated. It is usually unheard of. Like in the history of the temporal gate, which has been about 350 years, it's happened like 2 or 3 times. It's very, very rare. And you feel the gravity start to pull out your ship, and eventually you can just cut the engines off completely as thrust is unnecessary as you pick up acceleration. And the computers guide you with small thrusts to the left and the right, line you up with the gate, and the ship doesn't have any rocketing or buffeting. It's a very smooth, gentle, quiet ride as you speed towards the temporal gate. And as you get close to it, the gate itself begins to glow, and almost like a pinwheel, a portal opens up inside it. And through it, you see a very, excuse me, very bright orange nebula cloud with stars in the background. And a second later, you're through the temporal gate, shooting through space, surrounded by an orange nebula gas cloud. And in the distance, you can see the planet of Candyland. As you approach it, from a distance, it doesn't look any, it looks pretty nondescript. A typical garden world from space. You can see oceans, land. The atmosphere seems to have a green hue to it. Other than that, there's not much you can tell from space. However, as you do approach it, you are hailed on a radio.
Kid has something.
Yes, kid.
I was wondering if Indigo and Cyber 6 came with us.
They're on the ship.
Oh boy! Okay.
Technically, everyone but Sarah is on the ship.
Well, you know, in the words of Inferno, every party needs a pooper.
Right. She was doing testing stuff, and plus, she did not want to go to Candyland. You get a hail on the radio. Do you answer?
Yes.
Okay. Also, I should bear in mind, because you would have all been told, Sarah would have made sure everyone was abundantly clear on this. The time period that she had coordinates for was a time period of Candyland after the planet had closed down. So a quick recap, this civilization, it spanned a few planets, but they were known throughout the galaxy of having the largest candy corporation. It's like Willy Wonka's here, where Willy Wonka's makes all kinds of candy, and I mean, like, you know, even in real life, Willy Wonka's is a huge candy brand. And it was a candy brand that was spread out through the 3 galaxies. So they devoted an entire planet to factories to make candy. And as such, as a way to make more revenue, they turned the planet into a huge candy theme park themed planet. It became a tourist place. It was a place to go visit, like a giant planet-wide Disney World themed in candy.
Like Hershey's Park, you may say.
Like Hershey's Park, you may say. However, as time went on, the candy fell out of favor. There was a scandal. The CEO did something he shouldn't have. And the company fell through, went bankrupt. And the planet was abandoned because it had been so transformed that it was no longer of use for much of anything. And the people on it were the workers and such that didn't have the money or the funds to get off world were just kind of left there. This race that held the planet, it's a very humanoid-like race. They weren't exactly what you would consider moral on many occasions. And the people on the planet were left there to their own devices. The world, without the constant funding of its corporation, began to fall into disrepair. And after several centuries, which is where you are now, it is a very different planet. You do know, here's what you know of it. It's very run down. It's very post-apocalyptic, to use a phrase. There are still people on it. There's still quite a few people on it. However, it has very little contact with the outside world. There is a medical report that Sarah sent to you that stated that prolonged exposure to the chemicals from the candy factories, while it takes several generations for it to really have a strong effect, meaning not just one lifetime, but a few lifetimes of the genes being mutated and carried over, etc., has created a society that is slightly unstable, unhinged in different ways, to the point of being clinically mildly insane. Now, whether that be violent or good or ill cannot be said, but that the populace of this planet doesn't have much contact with the outside world, and the outside world doesn't seem to have much interest in having contact with the planet because they are, at the very least, very strange people. This is what you all know. And as you approach the planet, you are hailed over the radio.
Hello?
I swear to God.
Hello there! Welcome to Candyland. Please approach the space station to find your parking spot.
Okay.
I swear, if we meet back smack on this fucking planet, I'm gonna lose it.
The voice over the radio says, "We haven't had a visitor in 72 years. Congratulations. Please approach these coordinates. Your parking spot is row number 26, section A. Be careful. Don't hit the other customers." And then the radio shuts off.
She'll park it.
So you approach the space station, and it has a giant hangar window, almost think like Star Wars, like the Death Star in Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
You fly the ship in through this large window, and what you see is a gigantic room, big enough to fit hundreds of spaceships. This is a very large space station, right? Hundreds of spaceships, probably your size. But the room is completely empty. The ground has lines drawn across it that designate parking zones, and there are like hundreds of them. But the room is completely empty. And in fact, as your ship flies past, it blows away several like pieces of trash that collected over the years. You find your parking spot with no problem. You park with no problem, as there is nothing to hit. And you park
Blackadder got in those lines.
You park your ship. You see to your right, probably a good 300 or 400 feet, there is a door that has a giant sign above it that says entrance here. And underneath it is a lower sign that says security check required. What would you guys like to do?
Lucas bolts out, shouting, "Candyland!"
Kid follows after, looks around, and goes, "This is really boring."
Wow.
This is important. What are you guys taking with you? I don't need details on everything. I'm more interested in magical items, armor, weapons, things of that nature. What are you taking with you?
No weapons and magical items, just SDC armor.
Kid is bringing their shiny new jacket, their boomstick, and their brass knuckles, and their fancy new pockets, and Lil.
Okay.
Lucas is most likely going to be carrying his magical shurikens, his suitcase full of flutes, or sorry, that's what is that thing called? Guitar case full of flutes, and also now full of trash bags, kind of shoved all in there.
All right.
He's not bringing his MDC.
Armor, stuff.
His normal clothes is actually probably the highest SDC armor that he has.
Okay. Is that everyone?
Anna will be wearing her armor jacket and then bringing her 2 Nero sticks.
Okay. Hart actually Hart comes down wearing her power armor.
Oh my
Good idea.
God.
You're going to carry way more candy with
Wait,
You
that.
have never
hold
seen
on.
her wear this before.
Hold the fuck on. She has power armor?
Yes.
Where?
She brought power armor on board when she joined you guys permanently. She brought it from Frontier Station.
It's the same place where the horse was stored.
Yep.
I don't remember this. Holy
She
shit.
has a suit of power armor. She would have told you about this. She has a suit of power armor that can transform into a one-wheeled motorcycle.
Right. That.
You have never seen her wear it before. Yes, Anna, you have a plus sign.
Also going to bring lockpicks.
Got it. She kind of looks at all you and she shrugs and she says, "What? Lucas mentioned something about candy demons."
Yeah. Oh, right.
Look, here's the deal. I'm just bringing SDC armor for now, but if they allow weapons, I'm turning my ass back to the ship, and I'm going to get some damn weapons. Just
If
saying.
they allow weapons. This is a deserted planet for like 200 years.
Yeah, but there's a
but
check-in
the system
place.
sounded robotic.
Yeah.
There's no one here.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll let you know. Tessa is coming in the STC jacket Anna gave her. Cyber 6 is most certainly coming. He likes interesting things. Indigo is going to stay behind to look after Levine and Elisa. They still are, and Levine would lament because Levine also likes interesting places, but she's just not up to it right now. She used to be a goddess. Recovering.
Lucas would go and probably wait for the other 3 to come out and then come back into the ship and go like, "Aren't you guys coming?"
I would like to, Lucas, but I'm not up for it. Take pictures, maybe?
I don't think I have a camera, but I can bring back souvenirs. Maybe like a shirt, a hat. Do you want a lollipop?
I would love that. Thank you, Lucas. Elisa? And Elisa's like, "Yes, mistress, anything you want." And like Levine sighs, "Get her a lollipop too."
Okay.
No.
I can...
Elisa, go with them. But mistress, I think it would be a good experience for you.
Hey, you get to see the creators in action.
Elisa hangs her head and she goes, "Of course, mistress, whatever you say. I would be honored to go with you, wise one." And she looks uncertain, and then
Come on, we need more hands to carry more candy.
And Indigo looks at Lucas and says, "I'll take care of her. Have fun."
What do you want?
I forgot to mention too. Cyber 6 has the camera wrapped around his neck like a tourist,
Oh,
hanging at his chest.
Indigo, what do you want?
Something unique. Some kind of candy I've never had before.
I can definitely do that.
I'll put it this way. If you come across anything that just makes you go, "Wow," I'd like to try that.
Okay. I'm also guessing we're probably going to be coming around with some sort of weird people, creatures, maybe even sharpened candy canes to stab people. Do you want anything like that?
I've usually just used my fists, but if you find any cool gloves, I guess.
Done.
Okay. She kind of looks awkward and goes, "Have fun. Keep Cyber 6 out of trouble."
See, then leaves.
All right, so you guys head over to the doors. You walk through them, and through them there's a line to a security checkpoint where there are two humans, or very human-looking people. They both look about in their 40s. They're both male. One of them has gray hair at the temples. They're wearing black dress slacks, a white button-down with a red vest over it. And they go, "Welcome! Right this way through security." And
Okay.
Does it still look
Kid
intact?
walks past them.
oh yeah, it looks intact. As you get to them, one of them goes, "Really? No protection or weapons or anything? You're brave people."
Should we have that?
By the way, if you could please take out any glass containers that you may have. They're not allowed in the park. No strollers that are bigger than the dimensions listed on the board here, and no food or beverages of any kind.
Okay, hold on. You're recommending us to bring weapons and armor, but you're
It's dangerous.
forbidding glass containers.
It's company policy, sir.
I'll be
And
right
he points
back.
to a sign that has like a list of banned items, and it's like glass containers, strollers larger than this, folding chairs, food or beverages out from outside of the park.
Yeah, Isaac just turns around and
Says he
walks
then
back
like
to the
points
ship.
at the food and drink. He's gonna freaking pay out the wazoo for these.
Yeah, armor and weapons.
And
yeah.
before you enter, please let me assure you, our security systems are quite sophisticated. If you do try to bring in food or drink or glass containers, we will know.
Okay, let me just check. This guy is made of dough. Is he okay?
It just makes you like wave or something.
Yes.
He looks like a living entity. Candyland is welcoming of all the diverse races of life, and we would never discriminate against this fine young gentleman or lady here.
AC gives a thumbs up when they like make sure that they covered all their bases.
So basically, yeah, you can take any weapons or armor you want. You just can't take what I listed above.
Sure.
Because this is an amusement park, not a madhouse, people.
Got it.
Oh my god. Okay, so okay. Isaac's going to return with 6 pistols. His new backpack, which houses the scythe, and a few assorted extra, ammunition, a couple of grenades, a vial of holy water just in case, and a stake.
All right. What about? Are you wearing any type of body armor? Or...
Oh yes, the Brannigan armor that has been extremely customized.
Got it.
Lucas would come out sparkling yellow. Would he bring any other weaponry? I know he has the freaking like railgun thing, but he doesn't like pulling that out very much. The rocket staff, he's taking that.
Okay.
With a big fuck off rocket on the top.
Anna will put on her light combat armor and hand over the red one to Tessa.
Okay. The red armor?
I literally just have it listed as the red one. Yeah, it's like I think it's light body armor.
Tessa's never really worn body armor before. You're gonna have to help her into it. Luckily, once she gets into it, the body armor is designed to be comfortable enough. So
yeah, no, that's fine. And then yeah, I guess both her pistol and her rifle, and then her mace.
okay, got it. What about Kid?
Yeah, no, kid's good.
Okay.
Same as previously stated, they still walk past the attendants. They're just waiting on the other side, tapping their foot.
With Hart, who already came.
Already came prepared, yeah.
Because Lucas said something about candy demons. So you're all let through security. I feel like I have to ask: does anyone try to sneak through any glass containers, strollers, folding chairs, or food and drink?
Well, there is a glass container that I have. There is a glass container that I have, but I won't be sneaking it.
They will ask you to leave it back on the ship. The holy water?
Yes.
Yeah. They will provide you with a plastic squirt bottle, like the thing that you put on a bicycle. That you could put it in if you prefer.
No, they just give him like one of the little spray bottles. That
No. Hang on. Hang on. I'll find you
a sports bottle thing.
Yeah. I can find you a picture of it real quick.
Oh.
They give you.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Wondering why a bike needed a bottle.
Something that looks like this. I'm shooting it in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would this also count as a drink, though?
It probably would.
Yeah, it depends on how you describe it to them. What would you tell them it is?
I'll just leave it on the fucking ship. Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
You can call it a weapon.
You have to try and convince them. They have the plastic bottles, so obviously they allow something through. But yeah. But the plastic bottle also has the logo of Candyland, which is a giant lollipop. That the center of the lollipop is, or the lollipop itself is made up of the text, as in very colorful letters. It twirls around towards the center and says Candyland. So, since no one's trying to sneak any goods through, you have no problems passing through security. And once you get through security, they say, please enjoy your stay here. We've been told that outsiders find our ways a little strange, but I hope you have a great time there. Just stay safe, and feel free to come back anytime. Of course, the only access to and off the planet is through here, as the station is in a geosynchronous orbit. But the people down there are friendly, I think. And I don't know for sure. I haven't seen them in 30 years. But I'm pretty sure everything's still the same way. Right this way. And he leads you to up a stairs and across a metal gangplank. And you see a contraption in front of you that has 12 chairs. It's like 12 chairs in rows, 3 rows of 4. And it's just a large metal contraption with the chairs that's connected to 2 huge metal rods that disappear to the below you, the floor. And he motions for you all to sit on the chairs. The chairs are oversized. They're very easy to fit into, even with your body armor and the power armor.
Okay.
And as you guys sit down, the 2 attendants go around pulling down these bars over you. Imagine you're getting into a roller coaster. They are putting the bars over you to secure you into place.
Oh boy. Kid would be the last one on, just kind of staring at it.
You have to be this tall.
And the restraints are very adjustable, so they can fit just well to anyone from kid to say ACU. No, you're gonna have to hold it. Well, yeah, no, there'd be special seats for someone as small as ACU because they're very accommodating of all kinds of races.
And if they allow strollers, that means they allow young kids.
Correct. Yes. And once you're all secured, the attendant walks up to a console with a giant red button, looks to you and says, please keep your hands and feet inside at all times. And may you enjoy your time here. And he hits the red button and you plummet as the floor opens up below you. And you guys basically, you've all seen those amusement park rides like Superman where they take you up and then you free fall. This, but all the way down to the surface of the planet.
Don't you?
Oh, yeah, there's a very ugly, terrified shriek coming out of Kit the entire time.
And we'll end the session there. As you plummet towards Candyland.
Oh boy.
Yay, you made it!
Yay!
Dun dun dun. What awaits
this
you?
This is gonna be great.
I don't know. It should be interesting. I'm having fun.
It's a good idea to leave people in the ship to tell Xavier what the heck happened. You take a rest for one day.
Assuming Xavier's with us at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Inferno the option. Either Xavier's with you, or he can like go through security on his own. We could roleplay that. He's probably gonna just want to be with you though. So
it'd be great if he just like was oblivious for like those particular days. Got up. That's where the people went. They went to Candyland. The fuck is a Candyland?
Exits the empty parking lot.
What's going on?
And Anna's never allowed to fly the ship ever again.
Oh man, the thing.
You said we could go to Candyland. We're at Candyland. Take that, Xavier. We just didn't say when.
But the golden orb and Simmons, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Look,
It's a video game. Nothing matters.
We have the power of time itself. You think things are gonna get fucked up? We could just go back to the time that it's not fucked up and prevent the fucking of up. You know how time works. It goes in all directions now.
Okay, so
Oh,
did we
man.
want to stop the session there?
Yeah, session
I'm back,
stopped.
by the way. Okay.
Hi.
So thank you guys for watching. We will catch you guys next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.